Did I find the internet? Hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games, where we shenanigans and sob and smooch our way through tabletop role playing games and sometimes scream our way through horror video games. I am one of your hosts, Salty.
And I'm sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. Yeah, that's kind of the internet. I spanked my Betty. That's what I was laughing at. That's a good. I like that. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Pulp Cthulhu campaign. Hi. We haven't been here in a while, but we're back, stronger than ever. I'm ready to eat my players' brains. I mean, their characters' brains, figuratively, not
That's
literally.
that's not any more reassuring, Lauren.
What are you talking about?
I,
Little.
What?
I,
I don't know what any of you are talking about. Anyway, what do I have to say? We want to meet everybody. We always do, of course. But first, I have to go through some channel stuff like I definitely always do all the time. Hello. Thank you to our sponsor, starting off with Roll20, our virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. We're part of their Spotlight program, which highlights indie TTRPG creators all across the interwebs. Yes, it's very good, very good. We are also affiliates with Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. We have links and codes down below under the support panel, I think.
yeah, and it should
Yeah.
be noted that Grinding Coffee Co. is an all queer
Yes.
run and by OPOC run coffee company, which is great during this time of Pride. So go check them out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. It's Pride. It's
it's Pride.
Pride. It's Pride, which is very exciting for us here.
Yes,
Cheers.
considering that we brand ourselves as fucking disaster bisexuals with our friends.
Yes, very true. You know what I think is going on? I think what is going on with me right now is I have the spooky music on in the Roll20. And I'm just vibing with that instead of our usual, like, oh, we're on the sea. It's beautiful. So I'm not changing it. That's just where we are now. Thank you to everyone who has subbed, gifted subs, followed, watched on YouTube, watched here, wherever you are watching. Hello, hi. Thank you. Big preach, big preach. If you would like to support the channel, there are tip incentives listed below that can seriously impact the game using bits or the Streamlabs tip jar. You just click on the panel image that says affect the game and it'll take you right there. Anything that comes in goes to channel upkeep, new projects, and of course compensating our cast. So you can help us keep the lights on and help the PCs because they need it because 2 of them are trapped in a ceiling. That doesn't sound as scary as it actually is. I just told them, you're in a deadly situation. So we'll see what happens. Last thing, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, lines, veils, X, N, and O cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings because while the characters may be put through hell or trapped in a ceiling that's basically like hell, the players are here to have fun, and they are our priority always. We should meet them. Kienna, who are you playing?
Hi everyone, I'm Kienna. I'm the Sweetest channel. My pronouns are she and they. But today I am playing Irene Blackwell. She is the forger of the group. Uh, I'm trying to think of what else. She's not on the ceiling, thank God. So she's just out there. I don't remember if she brought her gun. I I don't think. I don't remember. I don't remember,
Let's
and
say
that's
no.
concerning.
Let's just say no. You don't need that. That's no. You don't need that. Non-violent approaches for Pulp Cthulhu. Uh, let's go over to Allie. Hi, Allie.
Hi. I love nonviolent approaches to Pulp Cthulhu. They're my favorite approaches, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie.
Who are you
I played
playing?
Ganymede Graves. Ganymede Graves, or rather, Ganymede Graves, adventure scientist, who is not known for her nonviolent solutions to Pulp Cthulhu problems. And she definitely has her gun, but being possessed at this moment, that's maybe not a good thing, at least for her friends.
I'm sure it's fine. They just assume possession. All of you are just like, possession. Just because it happened one time. Speaking of possession, Summer?
As a person who has been possessed more than once on this show, I I can't saying because it happened one time.
Once.
No. It's happened many a time. Hi, hello. Yes, I am Summer. I use she, her pronouns. And today I am playing one Mr. Charlie Rapp, who uses he, him pronouns, and he is just doing swell. He's doing great. He's not hypnotized or trapped in a ceiling or possessed or any of those things right now. And does he have his gun?
The age-old question. We know Ganymede has hers for
Charlie
some reason.
probably has his too.
Then
I would
you all
say.
probably have your gun.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, our disguises is the problem. Like, Charlie would have been fine. I'm supposed to be a fucking scholar.
Yeah. I got my gun. Yeah, and I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen to two of our dear friends.
Yes. Okay, great. Speaking of dear friends, Tommy.
Hello, hi, good morning, everyone. Totally ready to absolutely not die today. Hopefully. I play Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III, who is trapped in a ceiling. Also now has he picked up some guns last time, I think, from the armory.
Okay, so everyone has guns because of the armory. That's right.
which may have been a mistake in hindsight now. He also does have a crowbar, yes,
that was very good.
Yeah, so hopefully he uses that. Like, he's more used to a crowbar than he is to a gun, right? Like, because he uses a cricket bat normally,
or a bar of pure gold.
Just a bar of pure gold. So he's more, if he is to attack his own friends, he's more likely to use the crowbar in my defense.
Oh, good. Yeah, they'll be fine. Great. So those are our players and their characters. If you have never joined us before, or it's been a while, welcome. Here's a very brief summary of the campaign so far. Let me turn up my scary music while I think. Yes. The investigators came together over the murder of their good friend Jackson Elias, who was investigating the infamous Carlisle expedition, the members of which were all formerly presumed dead. That led him, and now you, to a conspiracy involving various death cults around the world. Many names, many forms, but all the same and to one end. You theorize that these cults are amassing in specific locations around the globe and working together to build a machine of some sort, though the particulars and purpose are still unknown to you. In Shanghai, where we are currently, you know the cult in question is called the Order of the Bloated Woman, and their high priest is the merchant Ho Fang. You've met Jack Brady, a member of the Carlisle expedition, who knows what the cult is up to and can help you stop them if you find and save his friend, Choi Mei-ling, who is in Ho Fang's clutches. Last time, to be specific, Madam Lin, your ally, arrived early with disguises to help you blend into her entourage for your surprise visit to Ho Fang's home. Irene, as a visiting scholar, was allowed into the library, Ganymede, in the guise of a flower girl, was directed to the guest rooms, and Charles and Zeb were convincing enough as a valet and bodyguard to bypass Hofang's servants once Madame Lin got Hofang alone. Ganymede confronted Carl Sanford, a magician she had been warned not to engage. She knocked him out and locked him in a trunk that somehow led to an arid climate somewhere else in the world. The group reconvened and found a secret entrance to a shrine/torture chamber. They were able to use a crowbar, thanks to Zeb, to gain access, revealing Choi Mei Ling trapped in a glass coffin near a grotesque statue. However, when they entered without the proper key, a panel in the ceiling opened. And when they looked up, there was text there in Chinese characters that said Order of the Bloated Woman, but they were swirling, and Zeb and Ganymede's minds were sucked into it. Both of them now stand there, jaws agape, looking up and not saying anything. I actually do want to start in the room. I changed my mind. Charlie, Irene, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm like, because we look up too, right? And then
Yes, you
look
all
back
looked
down.
up, but you were able to
but we
resist.
were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I look down and I kind of look over at my companions and would probably see like Irene, right? You're like, you're not going to just stare at them.
Yeah, no,
like,
I'm probably looking at the others as well.
Yeah, and we look at like Zeb and Ganny and we're like, yeah, I think Charlie just is like, Zeb? And kind of like shakes him a little bit. Not like hard,
Yeah.
but like,
I think a little drool comes out of his mouth.
yeah, I think Charlie is gonna like, he not like fully panics, but like, this is not good. Like, this isn't good. And so he's gonna be like, Zeb, and like actually like get in front of him and like shake him and like try and like wave his hand over his face, like trying to cut off his vision, seeing if there's like any like snapping in front of his face, like in front of his eyes. No, I'm assuming nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Can I pick him up?
What? Yeah, he's a big boy, but you're actually strong.
Yeah, I'm actually really strong.
I always forget that because it makes no sense to me.
I'm so strong. It's because my constitution is so bad, but my strength, incredible.
Yes, incredible.
I'm buff. Charlie lifts. Okay. Yeah, I think that he's gonna look at Irene and be like, I think we need to get them out of this room.
Right. Okay.
And he's gonna pick Zeb up and move him out of the room.
Okay. As you do that,
Yeah.
how would Charlie be able to tell this?
Well, I'm psychic.
Just vibing.
I'm psychic, so
You can't
whatever.
use I'm psychic for everything. That's
Yeah, I
my
can.
shtick.
I can't do
That's
it.
that's what I do.
Well, you don't own it.
I do. I trademarked it. As you start to pull them away, they don't speak, but you can definitely hear a kind of moaning that sounds like they're in pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, as I move him out of the room, it sounds like he's, like, in pain, like, physically being out of the room.
Yes.
Oh, that's not fun. Yeah. I mean, pretty much, like, if he gets them out and he hears, like, that moaning and then brings them back into the room and it stops.
Yeah.
Does it? Oh, my
Yes.
God. Yeah. Charlie looks at Irene and is like, I don't know what to do.
Maybe there's something to close the ceiling.
It's still like exposed, right?
Mhm. Yeah, but I assume you're not looking at it for more than like a
No.
glance.
No.
Yeah.
Looking, I would look at the corners of the. How big is the room?
It's not very
small?
big at all. It's I mean, enough for this huge statue that you had a brief glimpse at. It's enough for this coffin that's at least 5 feet across.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to look around I'm looking around the edges of the ceiling. To see if there's any kind of like, if there's like sliding panel or something that would like actually like physically close off the ceiling.
Yes.
There would be like a crack there or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it did open. It was like panels slid away.
Yeah.
So I am pretty sure. Aha! Here we are. Make a spot hidden roll.
Can do. Oh, I'm so bad at it.
Nice. Hard success is what you needed, actually. Not in the ceiling, but kind of taking the whole room in together, and focusing on the details. You actually find a button set into the frame of the door, like nearly invisible.
Okay, I'm gonna press it.
Okay, you press it and the panels move back into place, and the moaning from your friends resumes.
Oh, God.
As that happens, what do you do,
Don't like that
Charlie?
you sipped. As that fucking shit. Okay, well, because he's like, he doesn't, they're still staring up, right? It's like, I don't want to I don't want to have it open, but it's like, I don't want them to be in pain either.
Yeah. I think at this point, as you're kind of struggling to decide, the woman in the glass coffin kind of stirs, and like touches like the side. She can kind of see you where you are.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Is there a lid to this thing?
Let me show it to you. I haven't actually set up the map screen.
How beautiful is she?
She's beautiful. But let's go over here. I'm gonna show everybody. Who doesn't want to see this?
Wow.
Yeah, so she can see you. She's actually looking right at you, even in that picture.
Not disturbing at all.
Yeah, it's fine.
God, I hate the statue even more.
It's Snow White. Time for a kiss. Wake up. I'll kiss anyone for no reason. Okay.
She is mouthing words at you, which are not in English.
Oh. I got so excited.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I kind of just like look at Ganny and Zeb, because clearly she's awake now.
Yeah.
Something happened, so I'm assuming it's because of the panels. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try and get her, open it somehow.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, doesn't it? As you approach. So the box is not just glass, it's also steel. 3 feet wide, 6 feet long. The box lies east to west. And above her head currently there is another cage that looks like it's part of this device, containing 2 large, hungry, scaly Shanghai river rats. The box is kind of divided into 7 compartments, by 6 yoke-like partitions that sandwich under and over her, keeping her immobile and kind of keeping the spaces separate from one another. Though you do see the rat cage is movable.
Does the rat cage look... So is it like part of this thing? Or could I like literally lift the rat cage
It looks like
up
it's
and off?
part of this thing.
But
Examining
it's
it.
more like sliding?
Yes, it would slide, and looking at her closely, pretty much everywhere but her head has been bitten. So there's probably a mechanism for dropping them into a partition.
Gotcha. I hate it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you think is the Irene? I think I might give you a Shanghainese roll here.
Oh God. Okay.
Please, Irene. You just need to tell me what I can.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll
I will
figure it
spend
out.
it. I will use an advantage because I want to try.
Yeah, go for it.
God, nope.
15 luck.
That's
Cheap,
so
cheap,
much
cheap.
luck.
I know,
it's,
it really
it's
is.
like half a life worth of luck.
Yeah, I'm at 57 luck. So
It's a free sure. It's a free resource.
I think I'm okay.
Okay. So right now the panel is closed. I'm going to cut over to Ganymede and Zebulon. So, Zebulon's a God-fearing man, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, just a little bit.
What do you
know.
imagine hell is
Not-
like?
Oh boy. Let's see. God, I am not brief. I'm not up to date on my biblical references these days. I used to be. A long time ago, like over a decade ago. I don't know, whatever but the Bible describes as hell.
Yeah.
The 7 layers of hell and all that fun stuff.
No,
So,
like classical.
Classical
hell.
Dante's Inferno.
Awesome.
Probably.
Awesome.
Type stuff.
Right. Isn't Allie, as a mistress of divinity, what's the worst part of hell? As described by Christians.
Hey, God, I don't even remember.
Put that degree to work right now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I don't know my Dante that well. It probably just involves darkness and fire and unending, profound pain.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's what you're experiencing. It is dark. You cannot see Ganymede. You cannot see your friends. It is dark, but as you focus on the darkness, it begins to swirl with these colors that you couldn't even describe, colors you've never seen before. And you think you're alone at first, and then you hear wailing. Just nothing but wailing of hundreds, thousands of people.
Can I look around?
Yeah, you look around, there is nothing here except that swirling color.
Ganymede? Charles? Irene?
The wailing kind of drops out except for maybe a handful of voices, but you are certain that They are the voices of your sisters.
God. Oh God.
Make a sanity check.
Son of a nutcracker. Come on. Come on.
Okay. You're holding it together. You're still looking for a way out.
Yeah, and I think he starts calling out his sister's names, and he's like searching around. He's probably maybe heading towards their voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's
yeah.
it
is impossible to navigate because there's nothing here. Like, you're walking, but you could be floating. It's hard to tell. You don't feel your body. You have no sense of it.
All right. Okay. I know I haven't been the best Christian lately, but God, if there is anything you can do in this moment, please see me through the Valley of Shadow here and all that nonsense. That's all I remember from that passage. I'm sorry.
Okay, we will leave Zeb for a moment. Ganymede is an atheist.
She is. She's a scientist.
Yes. So what's the worst thing that she could imagine?
Drowning in the dark alone.
I love that. Okay, you're drowning in the dark alone. You have no sense of air coming into your lungs. You have no sense of your lungs. And you're not necessarily convulsing like you would be while drowning, but the panic of drowning is very present and felt within you, whatever sense of physicality that is there. And the darkness turns into those swirls of colors you saw in the ceiling. You should make a sanity check.
Let's do that. Oh, so close.
Do you have that thing that you can spend luck?
Oh, I can. Thank you for reminding me.
To reduce...
I have the pulp talent Resilient, which allows me to spend luck points to shrug off sanity loss point for point.
Great. Well, let's see if you want to shrug off this loss. It's a 1.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
okay.
Most certainly.
Okay. So, for a moment or a minute or a month, you give in to this panic, but something within you, I think maybe it's hearing Zeb's voice from somewhere as he calls out to God or for his sisters, that you're able to pick that out of the wailing that is in this place.
Yeah, her lungs are burning, and she knows better than to open her mouth or try to breathe, but her heart is pounding with that sense of panic, and she just feels cold.
Yeah. Okay, back in the shrine, Charlie and Irene. Both of them, with the panels closed, are moaning. I think you can see they're not blinking at all, but tears start falling down their cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I have an idea, but it's a terrible idea.
Oh boy. I guess I'm just going to ask what the fuck else is in this room.
Yeah, I would love to tell you about this room. It's a great room. There is the statue, and if you want to examine it more closely, you just let me know. There is also a teak cabinet about 5 feet high with hammered gold doors on which are carved kind of these... At first, somebody might think they were dragons, but both of you recognize them for what they are. the hunting horrors you have faced. It does appear to be locked. Like if you just tug on it, it's locked.
Okay.
Do you want to look at the statue? You can just tell me. It's fine. Nothing bad will happen.
Fine, Lauren.
Great. This statue is 8 feet high, maybe. Made of this bronze-colored alloy. It depicts an immense female humanoid, except the face has tentacles coming off of it, as it's almost in this pose where it's like lowered this huge fan, and it is dressed in traditional clothing of the place and period. Before the statue lie bone fragments and ashes. And I don't know, maybe from looking at the statue, you need to make a sanity check.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
What are you talking about?
Fine.
Nice.
But the bones and ashes.
Yes.
Is this similar to what's his face? Our fun oracle friend that we we left in a.
Oh, Mr. Lung?
Yes, thank you. Am I guessing this is some form of like ritual was done here, or some kind of divining or something?
You can make an occult check.
Oh God, I have fuck all in that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Unclear, possible, but
Okay.
definitely doesn't strike you as anything you've read about. Charlie, what's your terrible idea?
Yeah, I love breaking glass. I love it. I love it so much. I love breaking glass. It's so fun. I do it all the time.
Okay.
I want to break the cage with the rats in it.
Okay.
I am going to push it all the way down to her feet. It's over her head, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to push it all the way down to the other end just to
Okay.
keep it as far away from her face as possible.
Yeah.
And so, like, looking at this picture, there's, like, the sides, right, and then the top.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, like, if I, like, tap on the glass, like, how sturdy, like, how thick would I guess it is? You know, you can kind of, like, gauge.
Sure. It looks pretty thick.
Yeah, like, stronger, like, bulletproof.
Probably not.
I'm going to shoot into it, like, at an angle to shoot the rats.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm shooting at it from the side so I can shoot both the rats.
So you slide it down.
Yeah, all the way down.
Okay. And you're going to use a gun to shoot through glass to kill the rats.
Bang, bang.
So, gunshots will be loud.
I understand this.
Okay.
I know this.
All right.
Yes, but any breaking glass is going to be loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any other weapons, Lauren.
Everyone
choice.
has a crowbar.
A crowbar. Oh, I really don't want to fuck around with these rats. They look huge. They look like dogs. They're huge. I don't want to fuck around with these rats. Do I do it? I have to. Ugh, I love a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. With the gun. Okay. Great. I don't really think there's the need for a check. They are rats.
Huge.
Yeah, they have no
Rats.
concept of what your gun is. Yes, you do it. You shoot through the glass quickly. They die.
Great.
Zeb and Ganymede make another sanity check. Nice. Okay, nice. All right. That's all you can do for now. Irene and Charlie make luck rolls.
Great.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Sure.
Nope.
Extreme success.
Woo.
I
Extreme success.
will err in terms of the extreme, because it is extreme. Okay. You don't hear feet rushing along the floor yet, because you did close the statue. So
I did close the
You
statue
got the
back.
luck check.
I think
And
those
Carl
guys-
Sanford would be the closest one, and he's not the closest one.
He's just, he's busy in a desert somewhere. I think like those gunshots, because it's so loud in a small room like this,
Yeah.
right? Like that's so loud, and it's just like quiet, other than the two of them moaning, right?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like completely quiet, like while we're listening, and then as soon as it kind of like gets quiet again, Charlie's gonna go over to Zeb, he's gonna grab the crowbar, and he's gonna start to try and like pry open the like steel, or like try and get this prison open somehow to let her go.
Yeah. Yeah, are you busting it open, or are you looking for a way to
I'm
open
looking,
it?
so I'm assuming I'm gonna look for a way to open it, and
Yeah.
like unless I can see it was like soldered closed, but she's breathing somehow, so there's got to be air circulation. So Charlie's assuming it's not soldered airtight kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's gonna look for like a crack so he can actually like physically like pry it open.
Sure. Okay, so you get about to doing that. Irene, what are you doing?
I will help out, I guess.
Okay. So while the two of you are working on that, Zebulon and Ganymede make another sanity check. It's every round.
You guys are doing great. Keep it up. You're doing great, sweetie.
Okay. With a 1. Okay. That's a let me get back to the other screen so everybody can see Tommy's success. Behold.
Is that the first one I've rolled in this campaign?
I think a
Have I?
couple of y'all have rolled ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of us have, but I don't know that Tommy has.
Yeah.
I know he's rolled like a 2.
Okay. With the 1, Zebulon, as you're searching, again, it's not a physical feeling. You just suddenly feel, or you sense that you are connected with Ganymede. Somehow you found her, and the two of you are together.
Ganymede? Is that you? Can you hear me?
You can hear him.
But I still feel like I'm drowning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Can we say that maybe
acknowledging you kind of in my mind, but but she won't open her mouth or speak in any way.
You don't even feel like
So I don't
you
know
have
if
a
he can
mouth.
hear my.
Yeah. Can this sort of can Zebulon start like try, like he's still kind of blindly, but he's still reaching out to see if he can find someone. Can he reach on like sort of like trying to feel that connection and try to reach to Ganymede?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do that. You don't have to. You
Okay.
do it.
So he reaches out and he grabs whatever the impression of Ganymede's
Right.
arm.
Yeah.
And I assume Ganymede feels that.
Yeah, you do, and you can hear him Ganymede, he doesn't sound like he's, speaking through water.
Yeah. Yeah, she grabs you back, like, tightly.
Okay. Zeb probably understands a panic grab, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think Zeb's gonna pull as hard as he can, sort of on that, and try to pull Ganymede closer.
Yeah.
You know, so that, yeah.
Now, this is the oddest thing. You start to be able to hear her thoughts.
Oh boy.
The two of you, your minds are connected. You can hear his thoughts to Ganymede without speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, what you hear is just that her thoughts are screaming. And I think she cries out to you. It's probably the first actual word or sense that you get from her is her crying out to you, but it's that panic that you feel.
Okay. Zeb's thoughts are he's doing Hail Marys in his head. Just repeating Hail Marys at this point. And sort of as he hears you, I guess, shouting out for help or in panic. Yeah, I mean, he's just, oh God. This isn't really Zeb's area of expertise. This is a Charles thing. So, oh God. I mean, I think Zeb's just gonna try and get through to her. I think he's like, Ganymede, I'm here. I'm here, and just trying to, calm her down or like, comfort her in some way.
As you, Ganymede, and Zebulon are connected like this, it's not instant, but it's like this gradual pull away from the feeling and a sensation of drowning. It's like you're being pulled with him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna keep pulling on.
Yeah. And I think at some point, kind of the pressure bursts. It is alleviated, and that sensation stops completely. And you're just in this swirling darkness.
Ganymede, it takes her a moment to shake this off. And she's still holding on. I think she's just got this, like, death grip on you.
I got you. I got you, Ganymede. I'm not gonna let go.
And she swallows hard and says, What's happened to us, Zeb?
You are asking the wrong fella for that. I have zero idea. I don't. You're the only one I can feel here, though. I mean, I don't know if we need to go look for the others, if they're here somewhere, or... I mean, Charles would probably be the best. I have no idea. I may sound very calm right now, Ganymede, but I'm actually very much freaking out here. Like, This seems like, the seventh, level of hell that's described in, like, I mean, I think it's described in the Bible. I don't know. I don't really, know my verses too well. But I have no fucking idea.
Can I do a Cthulhu Mythos check to see if there's anything I can
Yes.
sense or learn about this place?
Yes.
I mean, not that I have a 3 in that, but it is a 3. Oh, only 46 luck.
Like it's a free resource.
Was worth a try.
I think the only thing you can tell is that, I mean, it's definitely related, but you don't learn anything more.
Yeah.
As you two contemplate this, Charles and Irene, you've been working to get Choi Mei-ling out of this. It doesn't actually specify how this thing opens, but I'm assuming it's from the bottom because otherwise you would have to dismantle each partition because she's like cut off. Basically, it's like the glass is like holding her body in place, right inside.
Yeah.
So I think you've been working from the bottom, and eventually you are able to get her out of there. She is, I mean, you can see, like I said, she's been gnawed upon and slashed by these river rats, and she's practically catatonic. But she does seem to be repeating whatever she's been repeating.
Charlie will, he's probably got like a coat or something. He's gonna take that off and kind of put it around her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna move her out of the room. Is she still just repeating that same thing again?
Yeah.
And again?
I mean, it looks like she's trying to communicate. She's just very weak.
Yeah. He's gonna get her out of that room with the fucking panels on the ceiling, and then he's gonna press that button again so that Zeb and Ganymede stop moaning.
Okay. When you do that, Ganymede and Zeb, you can both make power checks again.
There you go. I'm gonna use my advantage.
Before you do not need to.
Oh.
Because you
okay.
are connected.
Oh, lovely.
That was a beautiful trade-off with a critical for Zeb and then an extreme for Ganymede. As Zeb has reached out and made this connection with Ganymede, and Ganymede, you don't know where, how, but you see light, and you are able to take both yourself and Zebulon through it. And you just, again, you have no sense of a body, you just will yourself toward the light. And both Ganymede and Zeb in the room inhale and are back.
Yeah, Charlie's got, like, you would see Charlie has Choi Mei-ling, like, taking care of her. The rats are dead. Yeah. Are you guys okay?
Ganymede looks at Charlie and Irene. How long?
10 minutes, 15 minutes. Right, Lauren? How long has it been? Not that long, right?
Yeah.
Ganymede says, she's walking toward that teak cabinet, but as she's walking, she says, we should go. And when she gets to the teak cabinet, she's going to hit it with the axe and try to break it open.
Let me just scroll down here.
That's a reaction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that would definitely bypass the poison needle trap in the lock. So
Smashed.
yeah. Me waiting for someone to try anything else. I just want to poison y'all. Come on.
Stop it!
Aw.
You already sent 2 of them to hell. Isn't that enough?
Damn it. I just want to poison someone. Okay.
Only for a visit, though.
Yeah, and Ganymede and Zeb, as Ganymede is doing this, both of you just have this bit of like extra sense about you. You don't hear the wailing anymore. You almost hear, and it's brief, but it's almost like you hear all those voices, but they're all saying different things now instead of just wailing. And if you don't concentrate on it, it doesn't bother you. But it's just like an echo of that place that is still kind of, yeah.
Can we close that thing? Can we close that door? The thing, Charles.
Yeah, he'll hit the button again.
Yeah.
The voices go away.
Nope.
Son of a nutcracker.
So Ganymede, you have busted into the teak cabinet, which I love. So inside, there are 6 Western-style books and a number of scrolls.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. We'll take. We might just take them all. I don't want to spend the time to like look through them all here.
Yeah. I will say, as you're putting some away, you recognize a couple things. You recognize the Livre d'Yvonne, because I think y'all have seen it before.
Yeah.
It seems to be another copy. That's in French, as you know. There's one in English that says True Magic, with CK at the end. True Magic. And there's another one. Someone speaks Latin. One of y'all speaks Latin.
I speak a couple languages.
I have
Reads Latin.
I have
rather.
Romance languages.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Hold on, because there are more. Like, there's one that's
I've got Mandarin too. It's never come up. I'm actually better at that than Romance languages.
That's funny.
We went to the wrong part of China for that.
Oh.
So the the other book in here, it would be fun to tell you about it. Is all. It's bound in ox blood colored leather and secured by ornate clasps set with a variety of semi-precious stones. And the title's in Latin. Might be a famous book, don't worry about it. But you take it. You can worry about that later. You're taking the scrolls, I assume. And
We're taking all of our loot.
Yeah. Otherwise, in here, there are more black and yellow silk robes, a variety of torture implements like needles of ascending gauge, a medallion bearing the same characters that were painted on the ceiling, which Charles has seen before on the sailors of the Sea Devil. There's a kit of like tattoo needles with black and yellow dyes, and sickles, as well as a small jar of a powder with the label Tyuk on it, Tyuk.
I'm gonna grab the powder. I'll grab that jar as well.
Yes.
Zeb is probably does this shit. Does this look like those other medallions? I think so, right? That's what Irene kind of drew up for you. Takes the medallion to add to his cultist robes. How's Mei Ling doing?
Yeah, she's still kind of sitting or lying where Charles put her outside of the room. She has his coat, but otherwise she is looks pretty banged up.
I think Zeb will go to her. The rest of this stuff is more them stuff in here than Zeb stuff. Mailing. I'm Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III. You probably don't understand. I don't know if you speak English or not, but
I think she yeah, she doesn't make any sign of knowing what you're saying, but that could be more the like psychological condition that she's in.
Yeah. Mr. And I he kind of wants to see her response. This is like Mr. Jack Brady sent us. Hopefully she recognizes the name.
She does. When you say Jack Brady, her eyes kind of focus. And she immediately kind of make a psychology check. Actually, you're good at that.
I'm very good at that.
Nice. That's yeah. Okay, sweet. When you mention Jack Brady, her response, though she's definitely more awake and alert, but her response is kind of to shrink away from you. She looks like she is suspicious of you when you say Jack Brady.
Friend, Jack. Irene.
Oh my god.
God, he's trying so hard.
Irene.
Yes, it's just like tied between like, here's cool materials that I should probably copy down, and then right, yes.
Hi, can you just let her know that we're friends of Jack Brady and that he sent us to get mainly get across the friend point.
I'll try my best. My Shanghainese is rusty at best. A little different than my normal dialect, but
well, the best is all I can ask.
right. Cool. I guess I'm gonna talk to her.
Yeah, you can try it. I want to just double check, because I can also have her make checks if she has stats.
That's like, I just don't want her to bolt at the first, like...
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Hey! Okay. Haha. Oh my god, okay.
Unfortunately, Shanghainese is like one of the dialects that is like completely
Yeah.
not like Cantonese.
So she does have a very good score in English, actually. But you don't know that. Yeah.
That's that asshole.
Saying it slower and louder is not going to help. It makes everything worse.
But Irene, if you spend time with her, you'll be able to communicate.
Yeah, so I'll sit down and I'll like piecing what bits of Shanghainese I know.
Keeping in mind that she is super traumatized.
Yeah.
Right now. But she's trying. Once she heard Jack Brady, she's like trying to speak with you, but not giving much details right now. You do make out easily the name Carl Sanford. With what she's talking about, just like that's easy to make out. So you've gathered what's in the tea cabinet. and you have Choi Mei Ling. How are you getting out of here?
Such a good question.
Such a good
What a
question.
question. What a question.
If there's anything I've learned is from the basements in England is that there's always another way out.
Always there.
They may be creepy, but there's also another way out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ganymede asks, as she's throwing these things into, I think she's sort of tied up some the hem of her very ornate dress and robe, and she's looking at Charlie and Irene because she left early, right? She was sent out of the room really early.
Mhm.
So she says, "Is Madame Lynn expecting us? Are we expected, or can we just leave?"
I'm sure that they'll probably come back into the room that we were in at some point. She was stalling him for some period of time. I would expect she would think at least Zeb and myself would be there. But Ganny, maybe you have a chance you can get Choi Mei Ling out. You were in the guest rooms, right? So you could take her, you could leave. The two of us will head back. Irene, you can go back to the library. We can all just get back to where we were. And then Ganny, if you can get her out, I'm sure we could find some excuse. Either you became ill or something and needed to leave. Something.
I expect that I won't be expected for some time. Was that magician that we were supposed to avoid?
Mhm.
I was rather unsuccessful at avoiding him. He won't be a problem.
Did you kill him?
No, but I did get rid of him.
Great.
I'll tell you when we're together again.
And yep, all right, sounds good.
Yeah. I think we're gonna hustle to get back to where we all were.
Okay.
Except for Ganymede, who's gonna leave, right? With Choi Mei Ling.
Can we do a quick look? Like, do we know for sure there's not another way out of this specific area?
We did a quick look around at the beginning when we first got here. Like Charlie and Zeb, right? Did a sweep to kind of like look down the front area. I think the only other door. I think there's only one real door out.
Yeah, otherwise there's the walls.
Yeah, the walls with the glass and the wires and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So,
the spear points at the top.
because Ganymede is dressed like a flower girl, that's like a lot of layers, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot
Is there?
of layers.
We can unwrap some of those and wrap up Choi Mei Ling
Yeah.
with some of those layers to
I think-
dress her kind of as much as we can as a flower girl,
Yep.
Yeah.
in the hopes that the guy at the front basically won't
Right, exactly.
remember exactly. You know.
What if we used some of those heavier garments to cover the sharp stuff on the top of the wall and went over that
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, you're right at the back of the complex.
Right, exactly.
Are we gonna be able to get Miss Choi up that wall? I mean, I can try and give you a boost.
We can work together. I'm sure we can. Especially if I'm up on top, I can get her. I can pull her up and over. Yeah, I would rather. Ganymede says, "I'd rather risk the wall than making our way all the way back to the front."
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
All right then. I guess we're gonna try and get them up and over the wall.
Yeah, just Ganny and Mei Ling, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna need a climb. Remember, the walls are 13 feet high. It's
Yeah.
like double what any of you are. So
Yeah,
it can
I'll
definitely be
boost
assisted.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeb's
I'll
gonna
definitely
try
boost
to.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeb's also gonna try and boost.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. So a climb roll from me is,
Mhm.
with the assist, is that a climb with advantage? Or?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Okay. That does
Maybe not.
It doesn't mean that you can't climb. What it means is that despite your preparation, you are still going to be taking damage.
Oh, just that. Okay.
Not you taking damage that we're worried about.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. 3 points of damage as like one particular shard manages to push through the fabric and cut you wherever you would like for it to cut you. And as you get to the top with Choi Mei-ling, I need a group luck check.
Oh boy.
Yep, absolutely. I am going to spend an advantage.
Okay?
Oh boy. So chat down below.
So success.
You can find our affect the game options in which you can donate to give us advantages.
Roll.
And the like.
Roll it.
You have one.
Nope, I used it.
Did you?
Yeah, I used it on. Oh wait, no, did I not?
No,
have to...
I told you
No,
not
I
to
didn't have to
roll.
roll. I'm using it.
Okay.
Well, I kind of late. I kind of already rolled.
No, it's okay. I'm fine with it.
No, you can give us advantages. You're going the wrong way.
Fine. It's up to you, Irene.
Oh man, okay, but I am gonna use it. There we go. If I had it, I'd used it.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Wrong way, wrong direction.
God. Yep. Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you used it. I think a little ways down, you see a door open. And a hand, like, holding it open. But no face has come out of the door. You think it's probably the door to Hofang's private quarters where Madame Lin went.
Booking it. We're booking it. We're moving quickly.
Are you climbing? Are you going out the back wall?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
No. Going back
think
to where
so.
we were. Yeah. Just
and-
making sure that they're up and over
Yeah.
and that we're back to where we should be.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Irene, are you going back to the library?
Yes.
Great. Okay. I need a group stealth. That means you all roll, majority wins for the three of you.
Going to use my final advantage.
Okay.
Hey,
Ganymede,
chat. Hey, chat.
leave them alone. They're fine.
I'm gonna use an advantage here too.
Okay.
Hey,
Ganymede, I need you to make a jump, but
Oh my god.
Hard
Okay.
success, extreme success.
Okay, we gotta fail an extreme and hard.
Woo.
Okay, so you're all going to manage to get by the door without alerting whoever's about to come out of it.
We're fucking stealthy.
That-
Also, they're probably smooching.
What? What?
They might be.
They're making out. I can't hear a thing.
Ganymede, I need you to make a jump check. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. You're gonna take this damage. 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And Choi Mei-ling, you're basically going to break her jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Irene books it back to the library. Charlie and Zeb get back to the sitting room, where the guards are still behind their screens. You're pretty sure.
What did we tell them we were going to do?
We told her that we
shawl
were taking her a shawl, which I just left
That's right.
somewhere. I just left it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I just shoved it in my pants, or I gave it to Ganymede. It's probably like up over the wall. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah. As like part of the whatever. Yeah, it's gone.
And we would have tried to pull that stuff that was up there down. I don't know if we need to roll for that because it was all stuck in the glass,
so.
but I think you're right.
Same, luck check, I think. Same that we did for, okay, you do pull this one down. And Ho Fang and Lin Yan Yu and her two regular servants / bodyguards come back into the sitting room. All smiles. Looks like whatever the conversation was or whatever else went well. Irene, I think you are fetched from the library.
Okay.
And brought back. Ho Fang and Madame Lin are exchanging pleasantries, whatever was going on. There's lots of back and forth. Between them that none of you really understand. But eventually Madame Lin rises and starts heading toward the front. Ho Fang like stops her with his voice. Irene, make a Shanghainese check, a language check.
With my luck today, I doubt I'm gonna get it. Jesus, I don't. So many fucking fails.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, okay. There's also a brief back and forth with, oh, no, probably not. They make their goodbyes, and you're all headed out. You stop briefly as they say one more thing back and forth to each other, and you head to the door, which the doorman opens and lets you out.
I've never been so sweaty in my life as leaving this fucking...
You or Charles?
Yeah, yes.
Like, as soon as we're a certain distance away, Zeb is just like...
Yep.
Yeah, I think before like fully leave, like Irene will do very polite, bow to Ho Fei.
Oh, so we're so polite.
Overly polite.
Overly polite.
Yeah, there's definitely a full thing there. Very, very polite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be the weird niece from overseas that's
Right.
trying very hard.
Oh.
Well, that was a fun visit.
Madam,
Yeah, that was...
Madam Lin says, so how did everything go?
It went great.
Did it?
It went great. Mm-hmm.
Everything went just fine. Yep.
It went about as smoothly as we could have hoped for.
I think Zeb at some point on our walk back finds an alleyway and just fucking pukes. Like, he's like, he went through hell and that was nerve-wracking.
Literally.
Like he literally went through hell. I think he finds an alleyway and is sick for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and add on to that like all the tension.
Yeah, absolutely. So the three of you are with Madame Lin. Yeah, so she basically asks for exactly what went down.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell her literally everything that we know happened. We don't know the stuff with Ganny, obviously.
Yeah.
But
She does
Charlie
ask, what was Miss Graves' means of exit?
Over the back wall.
That
Well, it should be noted that, you know, wait, no, Irene doesn't know that. Don't think. Unless, no, Ganymede did not. Did Ganymede mention anything about the weird fucking dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
mentioned that she encountered him and took care of him, but didn't
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah. Well, there might be an. I don't know if they'll specifically think that she escaped or anything. There are other people involved. This.
You could just say that maybe she ran away.
Well, perhaps, though Ho Feng, as we were leaving, expressed interest in trying her out, but yes, perhaps that will suffice.
That finds another alleyway to be said.
To be sick.
Just after that comment.
Yeah. Well, I suggest all of you return to your guest house.
Of course. You know, and thank you again for your help here. Yeah.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Yep. Yeah. God, yeah. I mean, that's Zeb's just gonna start. Zeb's just got this kind of look in his eye, like he's seen now. And he's just gonna start, you know, heading back.
Okay.
I don't know
To
if anyone.
rewind a bit in time, Ganymede, when you land with Choi Mei Ling, you are immediately surrounded by 3 men with swallow tattoos on their hands.
Wait, with swallow tattoos on their hands?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who those guys are. Who are those guys?
They're
That's
part
Madam
of
Lynn's
Madame
guys,
Swallow.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Phew, I thought I
For
was gonna
once,
have to
we're glad to
kill
see
some
a
people.
gang.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I do have my weapon out, but
As soon as you hit the ground, you have your weapon out.
well, no, I guess I've got to get because she fell on me.
Yep.
Or I caught her and
Yeah.
we fell together. So I probably don't.
They're just standing there. And then they point at Choi Mei Ling and say, "She's coming with us."
Ganymede says, God damn. She says, that wasn't the deal.
I think the same one says, following Mr. Rapp's suggestion.
Why do I open my big mouth? Why do I open my mouth?
I don't know.
Ganymede just nods and she says, all right then, let's go. She's gonna go with them.
Okay. Make some kind of social check. I'm guessing intimidation.
Okay. I'm so good at that.
What is up today?
Something's in the water.
He nods. Definitely not wanting to tussle with you. And they start to escort you to Madame Swallow's home. As the others head back to the guest house. Also, Katie gave all of y'all Eldritch gifts if you want to roll those.
Yep, I do.
Oh, I certainly do.
I draw a card from my own deck.
Wow. 10 skill
Wow.
points for Irene.
Let me get myself a little.
And
Again.
Oh,
Damn it! Why me?
Actually-
Why Zeb?
actually,
I mean, it
you
works.
both
The fact
do.
that both of you got
yeah,
that
I'm
is
almost
kind of insane.
is so
It's
funny.
Perfect. Roll 20. What is? I'm scared now.
Yeah.
Because of roll 20. What? Roll 20. Are you in my phone? Are you listening to me
I'm
right
trying
now?
to was like, hey, remember that hellscape you were in?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah.
It's
That's
a little
brilliant.
too
Okay.
appropriate that I'm freaked out now.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That I guess that'll be on top of the special thing the both of you already get. So it'll be on top of that. So you'll get either. So I'm not going to conflate them. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'll get
Awesome.
2 separate things. Just write those down. So, and
Yeah.
Summer, do you want to draw a card?
Yeah. I'm shuffling them right now. I'll tell you in
Awesome.
a second what it is.
Perfect. Yeah, so Ganymede and Choi Mei Ling are escorted to Madame Swallow's. The others return to the guest house where there is no Ganymede Graves or Choi Mei Ling.
They should have been back by now, right? Like, they got out of here before us.
Yeah, they should be back by now. This isn't ideal. We know that they made it over at the very least.
You don't think that, they got caught by the whole thing again, do you? Charles, we've got a serious situation here, and you got your cards out.
I always got my cards out. I didn't actually take my cards with me. I was feeling really lost without them, so I went and got them immediately. So we go back out and we look for them, right? Get changed, head back out.
Probably. I mean, should we leave one person here in case they just got delayed?
We can.
I volunteer for that.
Oh, you volunteer to stay behind, Zeb? You volunteer to stay behind.
I think I went to hell today, Mr. Charles. I have no idea what happened. Zeb definitely looks a little pale. Like, even for him, he looks a little pale. He's like, I think I went to hell today, and I don't even know how to begin to process that. I'm just gonna take a breather, you know? Maybe take a bath. Look, someone should be here. I mean, do you want to stay here, Charles?
No, I want to go out and find Ganymede.
All right. I mean, Miss Irene,
But by
you are
all
welcome.
means, take a bath, Zeb.
I will. Thank you very much.
Irene will just pat Zeb on the shoulder in that way that she does.
Yeah.
Just get some rest.
Zeb does legitimately think someone should stay behind.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
wanna make this
Very
clear.
funny.
Yeah. Charlie's just giving you a hard time because he can.
Right.
Okay, so, Summer, do you have that card?
I do.
Uh-huh, what is it?
The Empress.
Oh, shit. Oh shit.
Well,
Ganymede's at Madam Lynn's house.
well, shit.
If you want to tell me more about the Empress, you can, but that's just too good.
Yeah. So basically, the Empress represents beauty, nature, nurturing, abundance. It can mean a lot of different things, but generally it either signifies a specific person in your life, or it will signify kind of an oncoming like series of events of like abundance, fertility, that kind of thing. It's a great it's a great card to get, especially upright, which is how I got it.
Nice.
But yeah.
I just think like you're like, okay, where did Ganymede go? Flip. Oh, I know where she is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Charlie, and I think he knows, he said he gave her the plan. It's his own idea to take Choi Mei Ling themselves.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yep.
It's a good idea. They should have done it and not involved us at all, but here we are. Yeah, so Charlie just kind of looks at Irene and says, I think I know where they are.
Please tell me it's at least somewhere easy to get this time.
Easier. And we'll change and head out.
Great.
To Madame Swallow's house. Woman.
Okay, so at Madame Swallow's house in the Old City, Ganymede, you are shown in, along with Choi Mei Ling, and shown to the private kind of area with the partitions behind which the gorillas are. The two kind of almost identical looking servants who were with you at Hofang's house are back here, and you're shown in, and they kind of immediately begin tending to Choi Mei Ling's wounds.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So they're patching her up.
Yeah. I will take a moment to tend to my own, unless before I assume that I'm going to see Madam Lynn at some point here.
Yeah.
So
they will help you as well. So
okay, great.
Actually, you'll both get 3 points. They're very trained. They are specialized in several things. I should one day share their names, but they don't want to share their names with y'all, so maybe not. So yes, you are patched up, and eventually Madam Lynn, in a change of clothing, now dressed even more elegantly, arrives and sits down. There is tea and food brought out, especially for Mei Ling. And you do know that Mei Ling is a former employee of Madam Lynn's, of one of her flower houses. She says, I am glad that you decided to come peacefully.
Well, of course. We are allies, after all.
Yes. I think you can understand, though, after our first conversation over dinner, that, well, I wasn't quite sure of your assistance in retrieving my book.
That's certainly understandable. And so, what will you do next?
I suppose I will ask all of you to inform Jack Brady of where Mei Ling will be staying for the foreseeable future.
And I assume that she'll be quite well cared for until such time as he arrives to retrieve her.
Of course.
Very well, then. There's this long silence, I think. And then Ganymede says, "Oh, yes, that magician fellow that you mentioned.
Yes.
I'm afraid that I did encounter him at Hofang's, but I don't think he'll be a problem for us."
You didn't shoot him, did you?
Oh, no. No, I of course not. I merely knocked him unconscious and locked him in his box.
That wouldn't stop a man like Carl Sanford for long.
Well, his box was not a normal sort of box.
What do you mean?
I don't think. I mean that I don't think he's in Shanghai anymore.
A gate box.
And I don't know what was on the other side, but it felt hot, arid. I locked it.
That was surprisingly clever.
Speaking of clever, you do expect Hofang to come here first when he realizes that Mei Ling has disappeared. Don't you?
He may. I always have a contingency plan, Miss Graves.
Ganymede just nods. Well, I expect that the four of us have not seen the last of Hofang either. What with the new moon rapidly approaching it all. I wonder if what it would take to extend our alliance a bit until just after the new moon, perhaps.
I suppose it would take you all actually fulfilling your side of the bargain, as you have not done so yet. Ganymede,
Yeah.
do you know Morse code?
Yes, absolutely. I was raised on a ship at sea.
I know. While you have been having this conversation, Choi Mei Ling has been tapping something out to you.
Oh. What is it?
It's don't leave me here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously, Madame Lin, both of them speak English, but she knows Madame Lin speaks English, so it's not really a safe thing to say. You
Right.
don't speak Shanghainese.
Right.
So this is what she is trying.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Great. Wonderful.
Okay, so you're headed out?
No. No, I'm certainly not, unless, I mean, is she asking me to leave?
Oh, no, she's just kind of expecting you to, like, go back, tell your friends, go tell Jack.
Okay. I mean, that's a reasonable expectation, but Ganymede doesn't show any signs of imminent departure.
Are you drinking the tea?
We've learned our lesson about tea, haven't we?
Flashbacks,
Haven't we?
Yeah.
Haven't we? Haven't we?
Yes. Yes, no, I'm certainly not drinking the tea.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, I'm just going to sit politely.
Well, then she will eventually say, but it is getting close to supper time, and I have an engagement. A goodbye of sorts with someone I believe you made the acquaintance of.
Who might that be?
Victor Gallo. He's headed back to America.
Huh.
Everyone's reactions. I'm having a great time.
Yes, well, you'll have to tell Mr. Gallo that I said hello. My preference, Madame Lin, would be to stay here with Mei until such time as the exchange is made, just to ensure her safety.
Can I trust you to keep your both ends of your firearm under control?
Why? Can I trust you to ensure that we're safe until such time as the exchange can be made?
Well, someone needs to inform Mr. Brady. The faster this happens, the more of a head start we'll have on Ho Fang.
I'm sure that that my colleagues have already undertaken to reach out to him.
Well, certainly. We'll have a room drawn up for you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Charles and Irene, you arrive to Madame Swallows at the same time as Victor Gallo does.
Yeah.
Oh, evening. It's like sunset. We'll go with that.
Great, you're here.
I was invited. Don't like to keep a lady waiting, Jolly.
Oh, by all means.
Yeah, he'll head in. All of you are searched again and requested to hand over your firearms.
I give him my gun. I've got these bad boys. I can't turn these over.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he just walks in with you.
Yeah, I'll go inside.
Yeah, he heads toward the dining room once he's inside. And the I don't want to call it, I'll just call them the twins. The twins greet both of you and ask what your business is.
Our friend, our companion, Ganymede Graves, is she here? Lie to my face. I dare you to do it.
The woman says that Miss Graves is speaking with Madam Lynn.
Great. When she's finished, would you just let her know that we're here?
They nod. And yeah, we're just gonna pause this fun interaction and cut briefly back to the guest house and the bath where Zebulon is.
Bath time.
Bath time. How's it going?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Zeb's in the bath. I think, we've seen some weird stuff. We have, we've definitely, yeah, Zeb is vulnerable and alone. Zeb has seen some weird stuff before, some freaky stuff before, and some scary stuff before. But I don't think there's ever been something so... It's just like, there's just something about being in the dark with no escape that I don't think can ever be quite, and to hear the screaming, right? That makes Zeb he is shaken very badly by his experience. We've dealt with weird stuff, but it's generally been weird stuff he could hit with something. And this is not weird stuff he could hit with anything. And so Zeb is just he's doing that thing where he's leaning back and his head's kind of halfway in the water. He's just, he's trying to get the calm back, but it's not happening. He's truly shaken by that experience.
Yeah. And you start to drift off into a bit of a slumber.
In the bath. Great. Great points.
And you dream. You dream of a massive earthquake somewhere in China. You're not sure. It doesn't seem like Shanghai, and it doesn't seem modern. I think you don't know how you know, but it's almost like what you would associate with the Renaissance period, Western. It's around that time here, and the whole world is shaking, and people are dying. You're not sure how you're managing to stand in the middle of all of it. Then you see closer, closer in time to where you are, again, still in China, but somewhere else now in... You see the effects of a great famine. Millions upon millions of dead through starvation and disease. You move again. You think maybe, again, not really sure how you know, but the early 1900s. Ships sinking, overwhelmed by huge waves out of nowhere, taking these ships down. Maybe somewhere north of here. You're not even sure if you're near China anymore. And then you hear a voice. And it sounds like Ho Fang. He begins to speak, and at first it is in a language you don't understand, but it slowly begins to change as now you are in the present or the near future. The sky is the sun is covered. I don't know if you've ever seen a solar eclipse in your life, but the moon, which is appears black, right? As the new moon does, blocks the sun. And then the sky is torn asunder in a great green gash. And you hear Ho Fang's voice. And so the great goddess tells me that in the 14th year since the Swan-Tung Emperor finally lost his tenuous grip on the imperial throne, the Pale Viper's plan to salt the heavens with poisoned metals stolen from the sky comes to fruition. On the day the sun grows dark, the silver bird shall take wing. Its fiery death proclaims the opening of the way for our mistress and her kin. All shall see and burn. Their cries of agony shall form the chorus, welcoming our lords back to this earth. I long to hear it. And you see into this opening in the sky as these shadows and shapes, not unlike what you saw, that bit of shifting color in the ceiling, begin to head toward this opening. And you hear wailing again, but the wails of every human on Earth. And you are very suddenly pulled from the water. And you see, first you cough, it feels like there's water going down your lungs. And you look up into the face of Chu Min, who looks very concerned that you were drowning. And I think that's where we're going to end this episode, because there was lots of good stuff in there, and we're at time, so I don't want to keep us too much longer to do our outros. So let's first say hello to everyone. Talk to Tommy. Plug whatever you like. Tommy, go.
Oh boy. Oh, still alive. Yeah. Wow. Roll 20, and also kind of the serendipity's not the right word, but kind of just the stuff that Roll 20 produced for us in a way that really kind of fit what was going on. Was like that's great. I'm Tommy. I'm an imperative penguin on the Twitter sphere. Nothing to plug right now, so go follow these amazing people and the projects they're working on, because they're all amazing. Yeah, that's it for now. I can't wait for next week.
Woo, woo, woo. Alrighty, let's go over to Summer.
Hello, it's me. Woo, 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 woo. We did a good job. We did a great job. I'm Summer. You can find me on Twitter at Just a Summer Job. That's where I tweet and retweet about everything that I've got going on. Per usual, the only thing I would like to plug is Missing Annie Lee.
Hey.
We just had the penultimate episode of Vanishing come out yesterday. There are only a few short weeks left, and then the whole thing will be over. It'll be a thing that we did, and it will end. And it's crazy that it's coming to an end. So please go listen to it if you haven't already. Now is the perfect time to binge, because if you start now, you'll be ready just in time for the finales. So
Heck yes.
go for it. But yeah, go follow these wonderful people as well, and we'll see you next week.
Fantastic. Up to Allie.
Hey, wow, that was so much fun. I'm so glad we're back. Hi, I'm Allison. You can find me on Twitter at Allison Robinson with 2 L's and a Y, where I tweet about space and robots and role-playing games and other cool stuff. So if you're into that, follow me there, or maybe just avoid Twitter altogether, because that is actually my like conception of hell is a lot like Twitter. Cannot wait to see where this goes. I feel constantly so like outmatched by Madam Lynn, like not just Ganymede, but Allison myself. I would not want to face her. She's terrifying to me.
Thank you. Cool. Let's go over Kienna. Anything personal to plug or shout out?
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing when I'm not here on the channel, mostly just here on the channel though. I guess my big thing is I released a system agnostic cyberpunk setting called Archon with friend of the channel Jason. It is being itch funded, so we managed to hit all of our initial goals, which is fucking wild in the span of about a week. And we have a new goal to fund a print run, which is kind of, again, also wild that we get to even entertain that. So definitely go check that out if you're really interested in seeing kind of a cyberpunk setting that's based more on our current day understandings of like the world and tech and capitalistic bullshit. That's where you'll find me mostly yelling about that.
Excellent.
How about you, Lauren?
The only thing personal to plug is Missing Annie Lee. Go listen to it. It's really good. It can be found wherever podcasts can be found. We have the penultimate of Reunion next week, and all the episodes are shorter than an hour, so it's really easy to catch up. There will be either 19 or 20 in total, and we are just at the tail end of that, which is exciting. It's really good. Listen to it. Yay! Otherwise, I will be back here next Saturday for exciting, bath time with Zeb and Chumin, like super cash. Don't worry about it. and Charlie and Irene and Ganymede and Madam Lynn and maybe Victor too. Just a nice dinner. I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen at all. I can't imagine any consequences. Thank you to everybody. Exactly, a nice murder dinner. Thank you to everybody who has been watching, who followed, who tipped, who subbed, all that stuff. Thank you so much. Is very much appreciated. We will thank our sponsors, Roll20, Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co., for supporting us as well. If you ever miss an episode, we post them to our YouTube. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at saltysweetgames, where we post when we're going live and new projects and stuff. Kienna and I are still working our way through Resident Evil Village, which is exciting. Getting close. We're like halfway through. I think we're like halfway through.
Yeah, we got through we got through
Beneviento's house.
yes. So we're halfway through the game.
Yes.
Just about. So and we also have a VODs up on YouTube. So if you want to see the story and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. We will start playing Dead by Daylight again soon because
Yay!
the Resident Evil chapter comes out in 10 days and I can't wait. And it's Pride, so happy Pride, everybody. We will be back next week with you. Alrighty.
All right.
We're going to go raid our friend Invert, a member of our stream team Emporium, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.